Hey guys, it's Ashley, and today I'm going to be doing a very late October wrap-up and only slightly late November wrap-up. So, as many of you know, I have had so much homework, so much work, and I haven't been able to film all that much, and I haven't been able to edit, and I very much apologize for my lack of a presence on YouTube, but I am glad to say that I just submitted my final portfolio for my Creative Writing 1 class, and I am done with this semester. I'm just waiting on final grades, but honestly, like, I could cry right now. I'm so happy. It's not even funny. So I thought today to celebrate, while I still have about less than an hour of daylight left, let's film a video because I haven't done this in a really long time. Honest to God, I don't think I filmed a video in a few weeks. I've been writing out videos that I've pre-filmed and I'm pretty much done with all of them, so here we are. So yeah, I'm going to talk about the books that I read in October and November. For some reason, I didn't do an October wrap-up. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. But that is what I am here now to do. Also, just wanted to let you guys know, yes, I am wearing a Christmas sweater. Thanks for noticing. It's the beginning of December. It's my first video in December. And I felt like I needed to get in the spirit. I don't know. It's so cute. Okay, I feel like that Reagan from Peru's Project should be wearing this, but this one was so cute. So it says, Feliz Navidad. Get it? Get it? And it just has a pug on it, and it looks just like Reagan's dog, and I feel like she should have this sweater, but I have it, so I got it off Amazon, if you were wondering. I really wanted an ugly Christmas sweater, and I didn't want to pay a fortune. I think I paid like $12 for this. I'm game. Anyways, without further ado, let's start talking about books now. So the first book I read in October, I think it was October, was it the end of September I read it? I don't remember, but it was Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. I had to read this for the quarterly book club that I am a part of with a bunch of booktubers, and I made an announcement about it, and I've left a couple of links down below. I'll find an announcement video if you haven't heard about it already, and I'll leave it down below. It's a really, really chill book club. Honestly, half the time I feel like I'm not even doing it, but basically, every couple of months, I think it's every season, we pick a book, we read it, we live show. This was the first book that we've ever done. It was Nevernight. We did a cool little live show about it over on Book Roast's channel. If you follow her, G from Book Roast, she's really awesome, so is everybody else in this club. And yeah, and we're just, you know, picking a book. So, Nevernight it was. I think I gave Nevernight 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really liked it. Sometimes the language got the better of me. I completely skipped over the footnotes, but I liked the story and the plot. Honestly, this was a month ago, so I don't remember a whole lot about it. I just remember that I was in between liking and disliking Mia. I don't know. I know that a lot of people are obsessed with this book. I know that people absolutely love this book and have like every single Goldsboro painted edged copy that there ever was to exist. But I don't know, I wasn't like so over the top crazy about it, but I still enjoyed it. So 4.5 out of 5 stars. And then I have hair in my eye. And then I think that the next book that I read was The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding by Alex Bracken. This I gave 5 stars too. This is a middle grade if you don't know. I read a lot of middle grade this month. I don't know why, I was into it and no shame. But this book was so freaking adorable and creepy and spooky and adorable, and it was great. It circled around book 2 when it first came out in early September. Obviously it's kind of a spooky book, so I read it in October. But regardless, I loved it. Like, hands down, I loved it. Prosper Redding is part of this really wealthy family, and he gets possessed by a demon and then has to try to exorcise the demon out of him or something like that. It's a little like around that kind of thing, but not exactly. It's just like, it has its really light funny moments, and then it has its really dark creepy moments, and it's just a really great balance, and I absolutely loved it. Next, I read another middle grade that I actually I think I did plan on reading it. I think I planned on reading it, but I didn't know if I was actually gonna get to it, but I did get to it, and it is The Adventurers Guild by Zach Lauren Clark and Nick Eliopoulos. That's how you say it. God. Yes, go me. I did a sponsored video for this book, and after I read the synopsis and I thought about it, I really wanted to read it, and so that's what I did, and I read it in like literally one day because it's really, really short, It was so freaking adorable. It is not even funny. I gave it 5 stars. It was great. It was funny. It was everything you want in a middle grade. Honestly, I have to say, it reminded me so much of Percy Jackson, and it's not anything like Percy Jackson. But if you've read the Percy books, you know how the adults in those books are sometimes, I don't want to say like satirized or satirized, you know what I mean? But like you make fun of them, and they kind of have these qualities that make it really easy to kind of make fun of them but also relate to them, but also like they're weird, they're quirky characters, the adults in those books, and that's exactly how I felt about this one. But it was so great. I would definitely 100% pick up the next book. I love this book so much. And so those were the books that I read in October, and I only actually read one book in November, and that was Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, mostly because it was just getting outstanding reviews and I had to know what it was about. This one is honestly really hard for me to try to talk about, I guess. The thing is, like, I really enjoyed the book. I did, but I in no way whatsoever related to any of it. So it's really hard for me to kind of put myself in that mindset. I completely 100% sympathize. And obviously you don't enjoy reading from this perspective. She's having anxiety attacks and breakdowns, and she's, you know, having issues of her own, and she's struggling. But at the same time, it's different to read from a different perspective and realize what these things really look like that you only hear about but are never put into actual words for you, you know what I mean? You know, I have typical anxiety when I have to do something that scares me, but I don't have anxiety as badly as I don't have an anxiety disorder. Reading about somebody in that mindset, it's very hard to read about, but it's also very fascinating, and that's what makes it enjoyable, I want to say. I hope that makes sense, but that's how I get from it. So that's the best way that I can, I guess, give my own personal review of it, if that makes sense. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. To be completely honest, I have nothing negative to say about it, other than the fact that I don't relate because I don't have an anxiety disorder or have ever experienced anything on the level that she has. So that's my spiel. Definitely 5 stars for such a critical book. I never knew that it could get that bad. Like, I genuinely did not know that that is what it was like. I read it in 2 days. I really wanted to know what was going to happen, but more for the sake of making sure that Aza was going to be okay, rather than, you know, wanting to know what happened at the end. Like, I don't care if they ever found the billionaire fugitive. I don't care if, you know, Aza and what's-his-name ever got together. No, I wanted to make sure that she was going to be okay. Oh, I just realized that I put it in upside down. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling on and on about it. You get what I mean. It's a 5-star book. If you haven't read it yet, I really recommend it. It really opens your eyes. You just have to be able to work with the people who do experience this and try to empathize with them and understand and give them your help if they need it, and, you know, just help them live with this as best they can, because it's treatable, but it's, you know, it's a hard thing to live with. Alrighty, everybody, so those are all of the books that I read in the past 2 months. You know, after I read Turtles All the Way Down, Glee consumed my life, as we've talked about previously, and I will stop talking about right now because I'm done with Glee. I finished Glee, I watched the last episode, I bawled my eyes out when they all came back together for the final performance, and, you know, it's over. I'm not gonna think about it anymore. I'm just gonna read and write. Read and write. Speaking of writing, did you guys see Christine's video that she uploaded about getting published? Because I watched that, and now all of a sudden I want to write. I want to write like everything. I have so many ideas and I just want to write, and that's what I really want to be doing. So if I'm not reading, I'm gonna be writing, and that's all I'm gonna be doing this winter break, and I'm so freaking excited for it. And I'm also really excited for Christine's. Congrats. I'm really excited and happy for you, and you deserve it. And on a different note, I guess I can talk about some of the books that I want to be reading this month, or throughout the rest of the month, or while I'm on winter break, if you know what I mean. The first book is way down at the bottom of this giant pile, and I don't want to get it out, but it's Empire of Storms by Sarah J Maas. I've been meaning to get to it forever. I haven't yet. I've read the entirety of the Throne of Glass series this year, and I'm not gonna stop now, so that's the number 1 on my list. Number 2 is Mistborn by Sanderson. Sanderson. Number 2 is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, a book that I have been meaning to get to for a really long time now, and I really want to now that I've heard. Lots of people have been raving about it recently, specifically when we did our live show for the Quarterly Book Club. Two of the girls that I was talking to were obsessed with this book and with Brandon Sanderson, and it made me really want to start reading it. The next book is the third Magnus Chase book by Rick Riordan. I've been meaning to get to this. I haven't yet. I'm so determined. And speaking of Rick Riordan, I promise you, if I do not get a Trials of Apollo Dark Prophecy book talk up by the end of this year, you will be able to belittle me throughout the entirety of next year, I promise you. That is going to happen. I swear to it. Hold me to my word. It will go up by the end of December. Cross my heart and hope to die. We still do that? And the final book that I want to get to is All the Crooked Saints by Maggie Stiefvater, which is way over there on my shelf that I put up over there. So that is going to be it for this video. Please let me know what books you are planning on reading in the end of December, what books you have to get to by the end of the year, and if you are going to yell at me if I don't get a Trials of Apollo book talk up by the end of the year, because I just want to know how much pressure I'm under. That's going to be it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye!